Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Injury expert reveals how long Elneny could stay on the sidelines. Mohamed Elneny became the latest Arsenal man to suffer an injury in this campaign, and the Egyptian could be on the sidelines for a long time. The Gunners handed the midfielder a new year deal last season after he impressed before the campaign finished. He stepped in as cover for the injured Thomas Partey in Arsenal's win over Fulham. After the game, they discovered he had a serious hamstring injury. He's now expected to be out for a while, and the injury expert, Bandineri, claims he may have played his last match for this year. He tells Football Insider, I will be very surprised if we see Elneny before that winter break. Typically, with a high-end hamstring injury, it's at least 2 months, probably closer to 3, and you can't rule out it extending beyond that. We have had instances where that has happened. The winter break comes around November, so it makes sense to hold him back until those December fixtures just to give him the best chance. You have to be careful, given the really high recurrence rates with this type of injury. Elneny is one of our most important players, and the midfielder's injury is one of the reasons we wanted to sign a new player before the last transfer window closed. Hopefully, we can cope with his absence, and Partey should be back in action soon. Media wowed by Arsenal midfielder Granit Xhaka's display last night. Arsenal got their Europa League campaign off to a winning start away against FC Zurich on Thursday. The Gunners took the lead after just 16 minutes as debutant Marquinhos netted an emphatic opener. Arsenal, however, conceded in the 44th minute after Nketiah was adjudged to have fouled Fidan Aliti inside the box. Mirland made no mistake from the spot, sending Matt Turner the wrong way to equalize. Nketiah would then make amends just after the hour mark. He headed in Marquinhos' cross at the back post to earn the visitors all 3 points in a group. Though Nketiah and Marquinhos stood out of their goals, quite a few Arsenal players earned plaudits from the media. Granit Xhaka, for example, got 7 out of 10 all round from Football London, the Evening Standard and 90 Minute. A steady display from the Arsenal captain on the night brought the former supported the attack and helped Sambi through the game. His going down will be a worry though, as Mikel Arteta cannot afford to lose any more midfielders. The Evening Standard, meanwhile, wrote, captain for the night, and he grew into the game, particularly after half-time, opened Zurich up with some lovely passes between the centre-backs and full-backs, and 90-minute wrote, forced a good save with a shot from the edge of the box. Dominant performance helped Arsenal run the midfield. Kevin Campbell labels Arsenal man Dynamite. Kevin Campbell is full of praise for Gabriel Jesus after his impressive start to life as an Arsenal player. The Brazilian joined the Gunners in the last transfer window from Manchester City, and he has been a key member of their squad so far. He's now Arsenal's main attacker, and their offensive play is built around him. So far, he has not been disappointing, and fans are enjoying the swagger he adds to their attack. Campbell has been impressed with his style of play, and the former Gunner labels him Dynamite. He tells Football Insider, Lacazette did a good job linking play, but he did not have the energy and the speed to be able to transfer that to the top end. He was not dynamic in the box the way Jesus is. Jesus is dynamite. I think he's perfect for what Arsenal do. Saka and Martinelli, revealing in the fact that they have got him. You have to account for him. When you account for him, it leaves a space for Saka and Martinelli. Saka got his goal last week, and Jesus has been a breath of fresh air at the Emirates, and he's just getting started. He has elevated the level of performance of his teammates at the club, and we expect even more from him before the season ends. Goals have been a part of his game, which is important, but he also deserves the credit for how he destroys defenses to create chances for others. Arsenal defender Takahiro Tomiyasu has given Arteta selection headache after yesterday's game. Arsenal got their Europa League campaign off to a winning start on Thursday night with a 2-1 victory over FC Zurich. The Gunners made it 6 wins out of 7 in all competitions thanks to goals from Marquinhos and Nketiah. While the two forwards made most of the headlines, there were other Arsenal players who impressed on the night. Takahiro Tomyasu finally made his first start of the season, having worked his way up to full match sharpness, and the 23-year-old delivered an impressive display, giving Arteta yet another selection headache. As per who scored, Tomiyasu clocked up 96 touches and 81 passes at an accuracy of 95.1%. The Japan international registered 1 shot, 3 pass, 1 cross and 6 accurate long balls out of 6. And in terms of defensive work, Tomiyasu made 3 tackles and 3 clearances. While Ben White has been doing well at right back, his spot will surely be under threat now, and then Arteta will have to decide whether to put White back at centre half, but then who would he drop? As a manager, these are the sort of dilemmas you want to have. Media wowed by Arsenal defender Kieran Tierney's display last night. Arsenal have got their Europa League campaign off to a winning start away against Zurich on Thursday, while Nketiah and Marquinhos impressed thanks to their goal-scoring efforts. Numerous Arsenal players shone. One of those was Kieran Tierney, with the 2 media outlets saying it was his best performance of the campaign. Football London gave the 25-year-old 8 out of 10 for his efforts. By far his best performance of the season, they wrote. Drifted and fielded well, defended manfully and got forward aggressively to support the attack. The Scot hasn't given up the battle for the Arsenal starting left-back spot yet. The Evening Standard shared Football London sentiment, also awarding Tierney 8 out of 10. This was probably his best performance of the season so far, and he looked much more like his usual self, they wrote. Got forward well and made some vital blocks defensively. 90 minutes, meanwhile, opted for 7 out of 10. Got forward well, registering a couple of shots on target and didn't have too much difficulty in defense, they wrote. Premier League release a statement and confirm fixture decision after the Queen's death. The Premier League have issued a statement confirming that all scheduled fixtures this weekend are to be postponed and rescheduled for a later date following the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. The Queen passed away peacefully on Thursday at Balmoral Castle. Her tragic death prompted the beginning of a 12-day mourning period across the UK. With that in mind, the Premier League have made the difficult decision to postpone this weekend's games in order to pay respect to Her Majesty. A statement from the league's official website read, "At a meeting this morning, Premier League clubs paid tribute to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. To honor her extraordinary life and contribution to the nation, and as a mark of respect, this weekend's Premier League match round will be postponed, including Monday evening's game." Richard Masters, the Premier League's chief executive, said, "We and our clubs would like to pay tribute to Her Majesty's long and unwavering service to our country. As our longest-serving monarch, she has been an inspiration and leaves behind an incredible legacy following a life of dedication. This is a tremendously sad time for not just the nation, but also for the millions of people around the world who admired her, and we join together with all those in mourning her passing." The Premier League went on to confirm that further updates regarding fixtures during the period of mourning will be provided in due course. Martin Keown compares classy Arsenal starlet Marquinhos to Serge Gnabry. Arsenal's latest young Brazilian sensation Marquinhos has been hailed by Martin Keown after a goal and an assist on his debut for the Gunners. If any Arsenal fans had been curious about what their £3.15 million summer signing could do, they were left in no doubt after an impressive start for the North London side saw him open the scoring before setting up Edin Nketiah for the winner. Marquinhos scored in the 16th minute of Arsenal's Europa League opener away against Zurich, before turning provider after the hour mark to step up the English striker's header to take all 3 points back to the Emirates, and Keown was quick to heap praise on the youngster's performance, likening him to one of the game's biggest stars on BT, saying, "It's the confidence. We talked about having that class and possession. I saw lots of that tonight from Marquinhos. Look at that pass from Fabio Vieira, a great ball into the channel. We talked about Nketiah and his movement, and then a great pass off his weaker foot, and then the finish. The ball just lifts before it comes into him, and it's a wonderful finish from him, the first of many, hopefully. He's got a huge future ahead of him. That's a real opportunity now ahead of him. Bukayo Saka is only a couple of years older himself, but such is the quality he's going to get chances. He looked a bit like a Gnabry type of player, his short, stocky, explosive pace. He looked very classy, he picked and chose his moments cleverly, wiped a couple of crosses in, really good quality, he kept on producing. Ex-Arsenal midfielder urges Gunners to sign Brighton's Allister. Emmanuel Petit has urged Arsenal to make a move for Brighton's Alexis Allister as the club consider midfield additions. Arsenal were linked with a number of midfielders during the summer transfer window, but failed to bring in a new signing after a failed move for Aston Villa's Douglas Luiz on deadline day. The Gunners were also linked with Arthur Melo, who signed for Liverpool on loan in the final stages of the window. Petit believes not signing Melo is not a big miss for his former side and has suggested the Siglus Allister as an alternative. The Argentina international has impressed during the opening weeks of the season and has scored 4 goals in 6 Premier League appearances for Brighton. Not signing Arthur Melo isn't a big miss for Arsenal, the former Gunners midfielder told Lord Ping, but I know they were looking for that link between the midfield and striker. If I were Arsenal technical director Edu, I'd make an offer for Alexis Allister from Brighton. I really like him. Petit has been impressed with Arsenal's start to the season, which has seen the Gunners win 5 of their opening 6 games to lead the Premier League table. Arsenal have not finished inside the Premier League's top 4 for 6 seasons now, but Petit believes their ambitions could be even greater than Champions League football should the club maintain their current form and learn to beat the division's top teams. Mykhaylo Mudryk says he can't say no to Arsenal if they make move. Arsenal summer target Mykhaylo Mudryk has made it clear that he would be ready to move to the Emirates, telling CBS Sports that he can't say no if the Gunners come calling in January. Mudryk has established himself as one of the most exciting talents in Europe right now. He has been in superb form for Shakhtar Donetsk, and he was the star of the show this week in their Champions League win over RB Leipzig. The 21-year-old scored 1 and set up 2 more as Shakhtar won 4-1 in what proved to be Domenico Tedesco's final game in charge of the Bundesliga side. His performance would have certainly caught the eye of Arsenal supporters. Fabrizio Romano reported during the summer that the Gunners explored a potential deal for the young winger. It remains to be seen if Arsenal go back in the future window, but it would certainly appear that Mudryk is ready to make the move if the chance presents itself. Yes, I think every guy dreams about playing in the Premier League, he told CBS Sports. Arsenal is a very good team, very good coach, I like the way they play. Yes, from my side, I can't say no. But a transfer is not only my decision. Mudryk appears to be absolutely perfect for Arsenal. They have been superb at finding some amazing young players playing outside of Europe's major leagues in the last few years. Mudryk is becoming more and more of a household name, but he would surely not cost as much as he would if he was potentially arriving from a club in one of the top 5 leagues. Arsenal were unable to add another attacking player to their ranks before the window shut, so it may be one area they look to strengthen in the January transfer window, and you would imagine that Mudryk will be one player they keep a very close eye on in the months ahead. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.